Well, it has been quite some time, hasn't it? 3 months? 4 months? Something like that? Welcome to Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. I'm always MIA on YouTube because I feel like every time I come back, it's like a desert wasteland of just dead carcasses that are channels. I do this because I enjoy it when I can. I finally feel like I had a nice amount of time to do this right. We'll start off strong with Felix the Cat, the movie. This was so bizarre for me to watch as a kid. I hope to do it on a podcast one day. I had to convince Daniel to eventually watch this. That is my co-host and buddy there that I mentioned. And yeah, again, shameless plugs, sorry. Fans Guide Animation. That's my podcast that I co-host. Check it out if you like. Links in the description below. Also their YouTube channel stuff. Anyway, I hope to do that one day because this movie is so weird. It's just weird. And I have not seen it in years. And I'm so happy to have it in my hands to see because, of course, nobody wants to see this movie. It's not on any streaming service of any kind. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, but I don't care. I wanted the full VHS experience. And I can do that now. Fast Getaway 2. I have no idea what this movie is. It just looked ridiculously cheesy. Look at that cover. Drop Dead Fred. I finally found a copy of this. I remember years back, I saw this person pick it up right in front of me, and they were just like, oh my god, I love this movie, blah, blah, blah. And then they took it, and I'm all like, no! I heard it's just ridiculous in the best ways. Carrie Fisher's in this. Rest in peace. Phoebe Cates is ridiculous. Rick Mayall, I don't know anything about this actor as well, but either way, I've heard it's freaking nuts. I have been wanting to see more Ralph Bakshi stuff. I love Cool World. I talked about it endlessly about just before in the past when I picked it up and purchased it, and talked about it on a podcast. We dedicated an episode to that. So I wanted to find more of his stuff, and I got lucky with this movie as well. I hope to find like Fritz the Cat one day because I've heard really good things about, well, it's not a good movie per se, but it's weird. And I've heard some interesting things about this movie, American Pop. I love the cover. Very shiny, and just the way they use music and the rotoscoping of animation and stuff like that. So I definitely am eager to see this. We got Ranma 1/2, Big Trouble in Nekonron, China. Don't know how to pronounce that right, but I am not going to collect a lot of VHS for Ranma 1/2 because that would be insane, especially the high amounts of volumes that were released. I'm doing my best to get the Blu-ray editions of that, but some of the movies I definitely wouldn't mind picking up because I like the artwork. And for a quarter, I mean, shit, I couldn't pass that up. I was so happy when I saw these. I completely forgot. This is going old school, so for those of you who don't know this duo, kids, time to Google. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. They were a vaudeville group, or duo. They're amazing comedians in terms of slapstick humor, and while their humor is not sophisticated or anything, it's definitely of its time. They had some amazing chemistry every movie they did, and yeah, I did not remember about these MGM movies. I like how everything I researched on them, they were on loan from Universal because that was their main studio. They made like 20 plus movies with Universal Studios back in the day, and they made 4 or 5 with MGM. This was actually their last movie they ever did together, which was I'm looking forward to seeing this because I've only seen this one here because I popped it in recently and it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. We got Lost in Harlem and Rita. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of these. I mean, it's just fetch, right? It's so fetch, guys. It's great. I mean, the pink case is pretty fun. I believe it's the exact same disc. I don't think there was any difference. I had sold my copy when it was still out of print a while back, and I'm just like, you know what? This is too much of a classic to just kind of let go. I need to have it. One of the best comedies of the 2000s, and yeah, I love all the quotes and everything in the background. If you can see it, that's just that in the pink case. That's really the only difference from the original release. Some slightly variant artwork, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I had to put that back in my collection there. This was my favorite film of 2017, and James McAvoy was robbed of an Oscar nomination. And of course, it's Split. Got the 4K release for a good deal on eBay. and really tough to find with that damn slipcover. It's always the damn slipcovers that are just eluding me every damn time. I vaguely remember this show, and I don't even know if this is a real legit release. It seems like it, but not really. It seems like a weird off-brand. For $2, I took a shot. I think this is, if not the first season, or maybe the whole series. I have no idea. Ronin Warriors? I had a couple action figures of these characters when I was a kid. I vaguely remember the show, but I've just been curious. I was just like looking at it, and I'm like, this can't be real, is it? And the discs it just looks like one of those low quality releases. It's even on a stacked disc form. It's got a stacked disc. I'm not a fan of that, but the discs were in good shape. It does say region all, so it could be a bootleg well, it's got I have no idea. I could have gotten a bootleg. I don't know. I've been wanting to see this because I'm probably made the mistake to see the American version first, and that was probably stupid of me, but I was interested to just see how Scarlett Johansson handled it. The Ghost in the Shell movie was definitely not bad, but it was bland as hell, and just from what I understand of the original Ghost in the Shell, it was very complex for its just the idea of this soul in a machine, and they made it pretty much straightforward. Yep, that's that person's soul, that's that person, they're gonna live life and do whatever. And the live action version was just very straightforward, didn't really have a lot of questions and wonder to the idea that it presented. Heard nothing but amazing things about the original. Even Siskel and Ebert gave this 2 thumbs up. Holy shit, okay. And for $1, and it's Halloween time, and we're gonna get into some horror stuff in a little bit here, I had to just get, actually I don't know what was going on here, to be honest. The person charged me wrong. It was supposed to be $5, but they charged me $1, and I don't know why. For $1 though, what ended up being $1, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters 3D, the Target exclusive Digibook edition. I took a shot with this, especially because the disc was had a little wear on there, and it worked fine. But honestly, I kind of want to see a sequel. I felt that this movie was a little rushed, but it was still a fun time. I remember enjoying it a lot. I did a whole stupid review, and I'm sorry if you saw that review back then. But this is a pretty cool release. I love that there was legit effort that was in this film. And produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, of all people. It was kind of funny how they ended up with a movie like this. Heck, they even produced the newer movie Hustlers that just came out. I saw that, by the way. I reviewed it. Yeah, that's right. I do movie reviews still. They're on my Instagram. Actually, it was pretty decent. And yeah, it was fine. Get some horror VHS. That's always good. Hopefully I can see a good amount of these before Halloween, because it's the middle of September now. I got plenty of time. Hopefully I can. First up, we got The Raven, starring Bela Lugosi, and oh yeah, Boris Karloff's in here too. Classic Edgar Allan Poe story. Then we got Werewolf of London. This does not star Lon Chaney though. I don't know if this is even canon or anything, or if he's playing. No, he's not the same character. He's not Lawrence Talbot. Okay. Either way, I mean, it's a Universal title. Had to pick that one up. I didn't even know there was another female mummy, but apparently there was, and it was Bram Stoker's, starring Louis Gossett Jr. Oh man, this is just screaming 90s cheesiness. No other stars in this movie, and I love how it even has to say on the bottom, not affiliated with Universal Pictures. That's kind of funny. This was definitely a find where I'm just like, whoa, I haven't seen the original or this remake. The Blob. This one is an interesting find. I've never seen the original with Steve McQueen. This one apparently stars, is it fucking drama from Entourage, really? Shawnee Smith? Alright. It's very clearly a lot more darker tone, it looks like, compared to the original. I'm sure it was way campy. This movie, I don't know if it's like a straightforward remake or like a sequel. It does mention here the original, but it's got a whole new high-tech 80s look. That's what it says in the back there. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like a shot-for-shot remake. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm looking forward to this though, because this cover, I remember seeing it in the old school video rental stores, and I was terrified by covers like that. I think it's definitely fun and enjoyable as far as vampire movies go. And that is Once Bitten, starring Jim Carrey in one of his first, if not his first leading role, Lauren Hutton and Karen, what's her name? Karen Copkins and Cleavon Little. Just a lot of fun with this movie. I had one of the best dance-off 80s scenes you could ever have out of this. Jim Carrey, like, just going full-on dance moves in this. Legit dancing as well as wacky dancing, you know, with his, of course, just his crazy physical abilities of just doing what he does. It's got some fun moments to it, and I think I may dive into this for a Halloween month episode, if I have not already. I'll have to double check on that. I've been doing this for so long, I've seriously forgotten more videos than I can remember. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. It is done. I am so happy you all have stuck around. Thank you for sitting in. For sure, I will at least do one Halloween month video. That is something that I never stop doing, at least one Halloween month video now. Before I close out the showcase, I just want to say, also, if you want to support me, I don't have Patreon or anything, but I do have my Instagram store at collectible_goodness. Collectible goodness. Just collectible goodness. There's a lot of cool stuff there, whether it's VHS titles or I've been picking up some manga lately and some little figures and toys from time to time. I've done it for years via eBay, and I've mentioned that before, but I just want to say it again. I finally found some traction. I've gotten some good sales lately with my store instead of all the shitty eBay fees. I fucking hate it. But I'd appreciate it if you check it out. Maybe there's something cool you like. I always do free shipping, fair prices, and what more can you ask for, I guess, you know? So feel free to check out what I have available. Always new posts weekly. That's how you can support me. Thanks if you do. If not, it's all cool. Thank you for staying subscribed, watching this video, and liking it if you did, and a slew of other things. Oh man, this is weird. Haven't done this in forever. Outros, am I right? Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for Halloween month 2019. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, and keep going to the movies.